Hello and welcome to 8 Bits, a show where we look in search of 8 different bits from across all eras of games. These bits can be Easter eggs, secrets, or just things we thought were rad as flip. This is the 5th episode, so we're entering the 40th bit. Go back and watch the older episodes if you missed them. I don't host all of them, so if you don't like me or my voice, then you may be in luck, or you may not be, because I have done 2 other ones. It's a gamble. Spider-Man for the PlayStation 1, N64 and Dreamcast has a classic cheat selection screen, and that's incredibly rare in games today. Some codes will unlock content in the game, others give you infinite webbing or infinite health. Some unlock costumes like the symbiote suit, and of course, one gives you a giant head. You can't have cheats in an early 3D game without big head mode. That's against the law. All this stuff is awesome, but Peter Parker is an honest man, and if you input a swear, such as or you get freaking punched by Spider-Man. Do not swear. Only villains swear. You bitch. The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass may be a top-down game, but is still fully 3D, which means with the help of cheat codes, we can do this. Whoa! By hacking the game to use Moonjump, we can skip over whole layers of terrain, and it's cool seeing which areas actually share the same load zone. Even if you can't directly walk between them, they exist in the same area, and that's cool. Anyway, when you first meet Linebeck in the Temple of the Ocean King, he's stuck behind a bunch of spikes. If you want to leave the island, you've got to free him, become friends, and sail off in his ship. However, what if we don't release the spikes? What if we just jump over them and talk to him? He's on to us. What's awesome about this is not only did the developers put a line in here for an area you can't access, but they localized it. Thanks to some delightful people on Twitter, we've got a translation of the Japanese text, and it's a little something like this. You? How the heck did you get this far? Also, if you jump over everything and get the sea chart and then leave the area, even though it tells you can't, you make another Linebeck, which is ethically questionable. This Linebeck will never leave his prison, he is stuck here forever, but there's another one out there living his life, in freedom. This is a terrifying thought. Metal Gear Solid 2 is packed full of bits. We could do a whole video on this game alone, but one of my favorites comes from Emma Emmerich's parrot. The parrot's picked up a few phrases it's heard from Emma, so when walking around you'll hear things like how and Venus in Cancer. But you can also, as a player, teach it some phrases. If you get enemy guards to speak during the alert mode, the parrot will end up repeating them. But my favorite comes from this, the directional microphone. You use this in the game to talk to a specific hostage. You basically point it at them and you say, "You must be Ames," or "You're Ames, aren't you?" However, if you do this with the parrot...
What's up?
You must be Ames. You must be Ames.
You must be
You must
Ames.
be Ames.
And now that's just entered the rotation of things the parrot can say. It will just say it at random moments.
You must be Ames. You must be Ames.
Did you know you can pet your Pokemon in battle in Pokemon X and Y? These games had the Pokemon Me feature, which was a bit like a bite-sized Nintendox. You can stroke them, feed them, play little games with them, and the higher their satisfaction rating goes, the more bonuses they'll get during battle. For instance, if your bond is strong enough, sometimes they'll just recover from status effects, like they'll be paralyzed and then go, actually no, I'm fine. And if you've got a Pokemon like this, try rubbing the screen after defeating another Pokemon in battle. You can give them a little pat-pat, a little job well done. I don't think this is detailed anywhere else in the game, but once you know, you've got to commit and pet them after every single battle. You can't stop now. Make sure they know they've done a good job. Uncharted 4 has a trophy called Stage Fright, where after doing the Founder's Puzzle during Chapter 11, you'll get a little digital reward if you leave the controller alone for 30 seconds. So what is the deal with this? It's a hidden trophy too, so you can't just look at the list and say, "Oh, I'll just stay still for 30 seconds, easy." You've got to know, but what are we knowing here? Well, this is actually a reference to their E3 2015 demo, where the controller wasn't responding to any inputs, and audiences were left staring at a static Nathan Drake. Amusingly, this has been clipped out of all official uploads, it never happened, but the internet never forgets. Very cool way to own a mistake.
Ice! Trick hit! Stickers unlocked!
The announcer is a pretty big part of Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, calling out menus, items, boost levels, and a ton more. But let's say that you are your own guy, and you don't need no one to tell you what's what. Well, you can turn the announcer off in the game's settings, as well as a bunch of other audio options, such as music, sound effects, crowd volume, and of course, voice volume. Although you might feel a bit guilty doing that, because...
What? You're going the wrong way! Shame on you! Don't do this to me! This is my only job! No! What? You're going the wrong way! Shame on you!
But you can feel better by turning him up.
I'm loving the sound of my own voice. Keep going. Higher! Congratulations! You've turned up the awesome!
In Final Fantasy IX, Moogles are helpful little fellas. You can summon them in the overworld with the tap of a button, to heal with the tent, or save. And each time they'll come dashing out of nowhere. So let's be a little mean. Let's keep summoning them, watching their little dash of life and then sending them off again. Most of the time they'll say, "Don't call me if you don't need me, Kupo." But after a handful of times, you'll get a new message. "You're starting to tick me off, Kupo. Keep at it and things get a little more violent. I'm sharpening my knife, Kupo, good lord." If you do it enough times, they'll drop all other phrases every time and instead say,
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it, Koopa!
I feel bad. Maple Tree Way, one of my favorite Mario Kart tracks of all time. So vibrant and jolly, and the music makes me feel chill as heck. It's the same song as Bowser's Castle. Ha! Take a listen. Not really hearing it? Well, let's play Maple Tree Way again, and then just speed up Bowser's Castle by 400%. Damn, okay, now let's match the speeds completely and layer them over each other. This time Bowser's Castle is 242.2% faster than the default speed. Bowser's Castle Wii is now a jolly track. And thank you so much for watching, everyone! Again, this is an ongoing series, so if you get the time, go back and watch the other episodes. There's plenty of bits out there, and maybe we'll make an 8 bits about your life. Like the time you did that thing that you've not told anyone about. We know. We know all. You can't hide your secrets from us. We know everything. Every dirty little thing. We know. Bye. Oh hi, it's me again. I'm sorry for threatening you just now, that does happen sometimes. We've got Patreon! Patrons were able to see this video before anyone else in the world. You can't stop the patrons! And they get a bunch of other bonuses too, so consider supporting us and becoming one of these lovely patrons.